This is officially the final weekend of Formula 1 until 2025 in Australia. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix will be the final decider of the Constructors' Championship, as both Ferrari and McLaren still have the chance to steal this title. Here's everything you need to know before the lights go out on Sunday. Let's begin with the Constructors' Championship race. Ferrari currently trails by only 21 points. It is a margin which is very much doable to overturn. It looked almost set last weekend for McLaren until the penalty for Lando Norris, which is explained in better detail in this video, which includes FI documents, and there will also be an end card at the end of the video which you can click.
I don't know what happened, so I can't, yeah.
What about your race up to that point? It looked pretty dicey with Max.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now, does it? Yeah. I didn't finish P2. It doesn't matter if I go on fighting if I get a penalty, so disappointed, and I can only apologise to the team.
Ferrari closing in a little bit in the Constructors' Championship as well. What's the mindset for next
Same
weekend in
as
Abu
always.
Dhabi? Yeah. All right, thanks, Lando.
Here on the screen are the scenarios. If Ferrari finishes 1-2 with McLaren in 4th and 5th or worse, it'll go the way of Ferrari. Yes, they would be tied on points, but Ferrari would have an extra win at 6 total to 5 total for McLaren. For McLaren to be champions on the other hand, they must simply outscore Ferrari by any amount of points or draw even with them. Simple. Betting sites are currently paying out $1.09 for McLaren to win, so basically guaranteed, and $6 for Ferrari. This weekend so far, there have been no confirmed upgrades by any of the teams, which is what usually happens and is very much expected, as most of these new upgrades and changes will come in during the winter break. So let's move to the track layout and statistics. The Yas Marina Circuit is 5.28 kilometers long, with 16 corners and a total of 58 laps for the race. Normal weekend layout of 3 practice sessions, qualifying and the Grand Prix. The lap record was by Max Verstappen in the very controversial 2021 race at 1 minute 26.103. Don't expect that to be anywhere near being broken this year. The layout was also changed that year, at turn 9 where a set of corners were changed to make it easier to follow and overtake. So far those changes have been successful. The drivers market is extremely interesting this weekend, as a few drivers will race for the last time for their teams or in F1 as a whole. But the biggest story is Jack Doohan, who is getting an extra race at Alpine, replacing Esteban Ocon. I'll go into more detail on why they did this right here and also at the end of the video, as I said before. To me, this is a pretty weird call from Alpine, as giving a driver the winter break to properly prepare himself instead of throwing him straight into the car makes more sense. Clearly, their relationship with Ocon has deteriorated completely, and it's quite a shame to see, as Ocon has been on that team for a while now, and they've won races together after all. It's really not the more realistic thing to do, but in terms of competition, I can get behind the call, as Ocon, after all, is going to their biggest rivals Haas. Any bit of extra experience counts. After all, for Doohan, but we should keep expectations low for the Aussie. Jack Doohan will be the 20th Australian driver in F1, and if he starts on Sunday, he'll be the 15th driver to race in F1.
Just wrong place, wrong time, I would say. More contact than normal, so yeah, short race on our side, and not something that we wanted. But yeah, I would like to thanks the guys for their effort this race, but also their effort the whole year. That's important to me to have seen them pushing, and yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Let's go to the predictions. We're looking at track data from Qatar. I believe McLaren won't be as strong as they usually are. I'll give it between Verstappen and Russell to take pole, with maybe Lando and a Ferrari behind him. So, with that said, my final predictions are on the screen, with Russell taking the win, Verstappen second, and Lando third. F1 is extremely hard to predict, and the betting sites agree with me, as they have Norris, Verstappen at both $3.25 and George Russell at $9 for the win. This has got to be one of the most open races I've seen in recent times. It is super unclear who will win this race, so make sure you tune in for the conclusion of the 2024 season.